Thank you all for having me. As was previously stated, I am an expert not only in fatherhood, but in survival bushcraft, not butchcraft. I spent 10 years living off the grid, and I'm ready to tell you guys about what your children's gifts might mean to you. We've all gotten gifts that we had a hard time really understanding, but do you ever think maybe that it's not so much about your kid's lack of motor or neurocognitive abilities, but rather your own inability to grasp what they're trying to communicate to you? Let me give you an example. Now, my son made this for me on his first day of kindergarten. It might just look like a simple macaroni necklace, and that's what I thought it was at first. But then I got to thinking, this is actually not just a wearable macaroni necklace. It's also food rations that can be used in an extreme survival situation. Yeah. Let's say, for example, you're lost on a hike, or the fabric of society crumbles around you. Simply take the macaroni necklace, find the binding, cut it, and you've got yourself a meal that you don't have to scavenge for. Yeah. Thank you. Now, maybe that sounds far-fetched to you. Maybe that sounds a little crazy. Well, you guys haven't seen the second gift my son gave me. Take a look at this. Yeah. This is a popsicle stick house, but I know my son intends this to be used as kindling for the fire that we cook our pasta with. How about that? That's ingenuity, am I right? Thank you. Now, this past springtime, my son, he gave me a gift that I was a little bit confused about. Maybe I didn't think it was very significant at first. It's a drawing of the Easter Bunny. It says Happy Easter on it. And if you're anything like me, you probably thought, well, Easter Bunny, there's no significance to that. That's as fake as our currency is since we gave up the gold standard, am I right? But then he gave me a second gift. A clay Easter Bunny. You guys get it yet? Clay Easter Bunny. Sir, may I borrow your hammer, please? Give it back. Thank you. I will. I seem to have misplaced mine. Now, clay, as I'm sure we all know, is made of a combination of carbon minerals, talc, and vermiculite, which when ground into a fine powder and mixed with a little bit of sodium potassium nitrate. You can get this at your local hardware store or Walmart. Add just a little bit of water, or if the survival situation is a little more extreme, human saliva will do. Mix it around a little bit, and you've got yourself homemade gunpowder. That's right. Now back to the Easter Bunny. I was wondering why Easter, and then I realized my son's telling me he wants to go on his first hunting expedition. And as for Easter, what better target than a very symbol of childhood indoctrination and lies? That's right. So my son, I've decided, is ready not only for me to tell him the truth about the Easter Bunny, about Santa Claus, and about John F. Kennedy. He's ready to go on his first expedition into the bush, which is why I'm suiting up and loading out as soon as this summit's done, and we're going to go into the Alaskan wilderness together. Now, maybe something I'm saying sounds far-fetched. Maybe I seem a little bit unhinged. You're probably thinking to yourself, your son couldn't possibly manufacture gunpowder, or, oh, no, it's just a drawing of a bunny, or fluoride isn't being used to taint our brains. Well, then, take a look at this. Facts don't lie. And if you are still not convinced, I have right here a map my son's drawn. This is a tracking map for hunting wild elk in rural Alaska. And you might look at this and say, I'm not done yet. You might look at this and say, oh, how are you possibly going to read that? I'll be honest, I can't. But my son can. And I know as soon as we step off of that helicopter into the frozen tundra, he's going to show me the way. It's amazing the things that we can learn from our children if we just take the time to listen and see the truth. Thank you.